What's going on, YouTube? Yep. OGs, Nitro RCs, coming at you from the Nitro Corner. OGs, Nitro Corner. Just so you all know, this will be the last one of this build. We are done. We're going to throw that out there right now just to get that out there in the opening so all you guys know what's going on. All right? This is episode 49 of the Nitro Corner, and this will be part 12 of building a legend, the Kyosho MP10T Truggy, Nitro Truggy. We are done, guys. We are done. If you watched the last video, you watched me put the engine together. You've seen it in the buggy and the Truggy. You've seen it, everything laid out. We got the linkages all hooked up. We got the exhaust on. We got the engine lined up. We have the gear mesh. We have servos set, endpoints. We have everything done. It's done. Batteries charged. Everything is lit up. Sync to the radio. It's ready to go. This is going to be short and sweet. Here we go. And I give you the MP10T. All in his glory. Turned out good. It turned out real good. This sucker is flat out beast mode. Body's been cut out. Everything's cut to fit. Exhaust, gas window, jerk strap when I get it stuck in there. Pull start's got room. Head's got clearance. The only thing I don't have are holes cut out to get to the needles, but I'm not worried about that. Still got to get the Velcro on the chassis down here on the rock guards to hold the body in tight. That'll be the first thing that I do after I get this thing painted. We just slap that on there. Everything's set up and it's ready to go. He is locked in and ready to go. Servo kicks ass all the way. Fast as hell, son. Fast as hell. Throttle linkage is set perfect. Brakes are set. Everything's good to go. Yep, it's tuned. Everything's tight. Everything's right. You guys watched me go from putting the differentials together to everything, right down to the shocks, to setting the droop on the shocks. You guys watched me set the droop on the front and the back. Yeah, linkages are all ran right. Everything's good to go. Get the body off it. Thought about painting it red, flat red, high gloss red. Maybe some black trim, I don't know. And then I thought about shooting it straight black. I don't know. It's got the Platinum 053 MR Dynamite exhaust pipe hooked to the Dynamite 28. It's got the Reds racing bell on it. That came from Travis Robinson, aka Fabulous. I have a high-tech ultra torque servo in here for the gas, for my throttle and brake. That's set. Endpoints are set good. Everything's touched off. Carburetor opens up just far enough that the barrel's cleared. Nothing else. Battery pack, receiver, quick charge plug with the binky on it. It's right down here below the transponder tray. And we are running a DS3235 SG coreless digital servo up front, metal geared servo. That's fast as shit. That sucker is moving. So that's good to go. Kyosho air filters mounted up, strapped in, return springs on the carburetor. That's my fail-safe. That's my way of saying fail-safe. Fuel tank, need to have fuel line stretched out on it. That should be here tomorrow. You guys watched me set up the droop on the front and the rear shocks. So yeah, it's done, guys. It's done. Sitting here looking beautiful, just the way he's supposed to. Everything's tight, everything's right. So just wanted you guys to get a quick peek of it, because the next time you see it, it's probably going to have a paint job splashed on it, and I'm trying to decide right now what color to do that in. I'm going to either shoot it red, black, or white, or red, black, and white. I might use all three colors. I might just make it one color. I might make it just a flat black, just a flat wraith, call it a wraith, and see what it looks like blacked out, black on black Kyosho. And with the black and white Kyosho stickers that I have, and the Protect stickers that I have for it, and everything else, a high gloss black body would look pretty nice on it. It would. And I have the multicolored Losi one, the LT8 over here, LT, and then I have Ghost, the Techno Truggy, the white and black. So I either thought about shooting him red or shooting him black, guys. Black on black. I don't know yet. Still trying to make up my mind. But whatever color he gets shot, he's going to look really good. I got the high traction downforce rib on the wing. I put that on there. You guys see me do that with the 5 screws. After I got the carburetor set so the plunger closed all the way, so the servo was right and the end point was right, I had to open the carburetor up, because it definitely was not open 1 mil. It was like barely open when it was shut all the way. So that's been readjusted. That's opened up now to about 1 mil, almost 1.5 mil. I still got to get the exhaust hanger on here, which is sitting over here on the table somewhere, because this is going to take a little finagling. Down in here is the exhaust button. Here's the end of the exhaust pipe, and that's to let that hang true like that, so it's not bent or pinched in any sort of way, so the header lines up right. I'm going to have to leave it up here high. I'm not even going to cut this tray out, this rock guard out at all. But that means I'm going to have to run this over here at a funky angle and let it bend a little bit at a time, and get it over here to the pipe and then bend it straight up and just set it down on there and mount it the old-fashioned way. So we still got to do that, but that's no big deal, because it ain't going nowhere anytime soon, because it's colder than a well digger's ass out there. And we got more snow coming. If anybody hasn't seen the weather for Michigan, all you got to do is look at the southwest of Michigan, or by Benton Harbor and St. Joe and all them places. Yeah, they're getting slammed by what they're calling a winter hurricane right now, a snowicane, they're calling it. It's even got an eye in the middle of it, like a damn hurricane. So it's all coming this way. And you boys in Ohio down there, in Pennsylvania, and over in New York, I know a couple of you guys that I've talked to that are in New York and Ohio, and man, you guys are getting your asses kicked. I feel sorry for you. Stay safe. Get to the stores if you can, get stocked up on stuff if you can, if it's not too late, and get ready to ride it out. That's all I can say. But yeah, it's definitely turning into something, guys. Definitely turning into something. And that bell is loud. That red racing clutch bell is loud. That sucker's made us some funky metal in there, because that gear mesh is set perfect. I got just a frog hair of movement on that. You guys can hear that. Listen. That's it. That's all the movement that's in there. So that thing is set good. That bell is ringing, boy. Ding, 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 ding. Yep. But it's done, guys and gals, and just wanted to say I appreciate all the support from video 1 to this video right here, all 12 of them. There was 10 bags, 10 part bags, all 10 bag stickers are over there. The actual the kit book was very informative, very well put together. Yeah, this thing was it was nice. Needed in some spots, most spots not. You know, I will say that. This is a standard buggy layout. It's an 8 scale, just bigger. You know, so there wasn't too much needed about it besides screw size or what screws go where. You know, and because it came with certain parts that were for a different model and not the race model. Even like the shock stays and stuff like that were different. You know, they come with different body mounts. Yeah, the chassis support. There's another chassis support that doesn't fit right. There's different bolts for the engine mount and stuff like that. So yeah, it was needed for that kind of stuff, but basically it's just like putting any other one together. The body. I cut the body up the way I wanted it cut up, and it fits really good. The pull start is, well, it's a pull start. You know, they're always in the way. But as far as the rest of it goes, it's not too bad. It sits right down on there, and yeah, it's gonna paint up good. It's gonna paint up real good. Plenty of room for everything, just the way it is. That flat nose, I like that nose being dropped down like that. A lot of guys weren't too high about the way the front end looks because it kind of looks a little cartoonish, so to say. I mean, it is different. You know, it's not sloped out and as sleek and as sporty as like the Losi, you know, the 8T, or you know, the Techno. The Techno's got a real nice nose on it. I love that bird of prey look. That sucker looks like a damn hawk, you know, flying through the air. That one picture I have of where it's actually straight flat in the air flying by me when I jumped it. Looks like a damn raptor. But yeah, I mean, this is cool. It's chopped off and it's actually longer than the Losi 8. Yes, it is. So it's nice, guys. This sucker is freaking nice. I mean, it is nice. Worth every penny. Little funky here and there with some of the parts that they skimmed on, you know, for the price you paid for it, but they made it up in other places, you know. Shock towers, the size of the shocks are huge, you know. The solid A-arms, the A-arms are all filled in. They're not pocketed at all, you know, so they can't collect any dirt. I will cut and make the guards for the back. I will get some guards that I can put on this thing one way or the other, and yeah, we'll go from there. All I gotta do is drill the little holes into the A-arm, and I can put my own flaps on it. That ain't nothing. That ain't nothing at all. Piece of cake. But this thing is nice. It went together very, very easy. I advise anybody to don't be scared to dive off into doing a kit. I got the privilege right now of watching my boy. We happen to have the same name. It's just a bonus. But Lotus RC, my buddy down there in Ohio, he's doing a boat build right now. And my first comment to him was, man, I says, you know, I said, remember back 25, 27 years ago when Miss Budweiser hit Walmart, you know, for a RC Tyco boat? I said, that's about the extent of my RC boat experience. But watching him put that one together has got my wheels turning, because that's a nice kit. That's a good looking rig that he's putting on and that he's putting together over there. So yeah, I get to watch that. I've watched the first 2 episodes that he's kicked out of it so far. Man, I think that's my jam. I can get off on something like that. But yeah, these buggies, these truggies, if you guys can get your hands on one, do it. Whether it be the Kyosho, you know, or even the Hobeo. The Hobeo's got my name all over it. That SST I want really, really bad, and that's going to be probably be my next one. I just got to figure out if I want to go a kit route or if I just want to buy it RTR and go from there. It comes with that VS30 turbo engine in it, that hyper engine. That thing's pretty gnarly, but yeah, this thing was pretty good, all except for the engine. The engine was the only hiccup we had. Basically, if you watched the last video, you know that was an hour and something video on just tinkering with getting that engine set, because I had to stack washers for shims, because the cradle and the chassis with the engine brace they have in there for the engine that's bolted to the chassis itself, which has to be there, is cradled to fit a very narrow, non-pull start type of motor, bump box only motor. And you can tell, because with the pull start motor, the dynamite that's in there now, the flywheel is so far up into the crown that you couldn't ever touch it with a bump box wheel if you wanted to right now. So, you know, the way I have it set up is pull start only, but the way it comes from the factory, it comes from the factory that it wants a bump box engine in it. You know, a 21 or even a 28, or you put a high caliber 26 in it or something, you know, a Pico or whatever you get your hands on, you know, would be nice in there too. Just, it would really like something small to set down in the cradle lower, which, I mean, you basically take this down a whole fin. It's probably a whole fin higher now with shims. If them shims weren't in there, this motor would be sitting down in here. Yeah, I said motor, not engine. We ain't having that fight. Would be sitting down here a good 1/4 inch, because I had to make up all that room to clear the pull start and to clear the back plate, because the back plate and the pull start are so wide on the back of this engine that it wouldn't sit in the cradle. So that was the only problem we had, literally. But besides that, everything else bolted right up beautifully, guys. And this thing is just a beast. Sitting here looking at it, the more I look at it, the more I like it. And with this pipe and this engine and this gearing and that clutch bell that's in there, and the tooth count, I think it's a 42 or 46 on that center diff. It's the same gearing that's in the Techno. And you guys seen how that thing runs. Oh my goodness, does that thing run. It is ridiculously fast. It's probably the fastest thing. I mean, as far as now power, you know, whole shot, get out of my way type of power. Probably the fastest thing I've ever owned as far as that. That Dynamite 28 in there is even tired. That's the 3rd vehicle that 28's been in, and it still runs like that. That's why I swear by these cheap engines, guys. You will not get anything better for $105 to $110 what you're going to pay for one of these engines. But it's done, and we are very, very pleased with it. Beyond pleased with it. Very happy we saved it. Bummed out now that it's done. I guess I could say that, because yeah, all right, now I get to go back to building Savages, you know, my first love. But it's like, you know, I really enjoyed doing this one. It makes me want to just go out and grab another one, you know, just to keep wrenching on them. But even though that's not logical, but it's still the fun of it. But if you guys can get your hands on one of these, or anything, the Mugans, you know, the Associates, you know, anything in kit form to get your hands dirty as far as learning the basics of putting one together, I highly advise you to do it if you can. And they're not cheap. If you can afford it, or find one someplace at a good price, or catch them on sale because the holidays coming up, I advise you to do it. They're a blast to build. They will teach you a lot about what you're doing, and they'll teach you a lot about how these things run and how they go down the road and what makes them the shit. But all you guys that were with me from the beginning till now, I love, respect, and appreciate each and every one of you. You guys leaving the kick-ass killer comments, you know, and the camaraderie and the channel support, you know, and digging the build and following right along. That means a lot to me. You guys have no idea how much I appreciate it. Yeah, so I just want to say thank you for following me along on this build. You know, it was fun. It's fun doing it. The hard part for me was slowing down and not putting this thing together in, you know, 4 or 5 or 6 hours, because I can, you know, but it was doing it, you know, hour builds, trying to stay in that hour time frame, an hour build, you know, at a time, bag by bag, you know, bag by bag, section by section, you know, diffs, front end, rear end, suspension, you know, and then the center, you know, your gearbox, your radio box, your receivers, your servos, and then, you know, your engine, and so forth. It was step by step, you know. That was the hardest part, was slowing down to do that. But besides that, it was great. It was freaking great. And I want to thank all you guys from the bottom of my heart for sticking around with me while I went through and did this. And yeah, now the next time you see this, hopefully, maybe I'll get the body painted. I don't know. It's kind of hard to step outside and spray paint right now, as cold as it is, and then bring it back inside in this heat, because then you automatically have condensation hitting whatever you take out and bring it back into the warm, so you'll screw everything up. It's almost better just to wait, just to hold up, wait for that one spring day that we always get in the middle of a tundra snowstorm. You know, you get that one day that's 40, 50 degrees. We always get them, and go out and shoot it then. You know, it'll give me plenty of time to think about what color I want to color it, plenty of time to scuff up the inside and get it washed off and cleaned, and get the outsides taped off really good, and deburred and cleaned up where I've, you know, ground them out with the Dremel, and, you know, get all this taken care of. It'll give me time to do what I got to do before we blast it. But enough waffling. We're 20 minutes in. That's all I wanted to do, was make this to show you guys what we got accomplished. This is what we've been trugging through for 12 videos now, guys. So I just wanted you to see it. You can't tell me it's not sexy. This thing is sexy. It is just bad to the bone, guys. Bad to the frickin' bone. And once again, I want to thank you for hanging out with me through the whole thing and enjoying every bit of it, I hope, as much as I have, putting it together, watching it come together, and so forth like that. And give me a thumbs up if you would, please. I'd greatly appreciate it. If you haven't subscribed to the channel already, guys, hit that subscribe button if you would, please. I'd greatly appreciate that, too. Get my name thrown out there a little bit, you know, let everybody know what's going on over here in OG's Nitro Corner. This is where we get shit done. Appreciate, respect, and love each and every one of you guys. And now that this is done, we take a little break, and I'll be hollering at you guys soon. All right? Peace out. Go burn some nitro, burn some batteries, do whatever you can if you can, wherever you're at. And if not, just play with them inside the house. Don't stop tinkering with them, guys. All right, till the next time, OG from OG's Nitro Corner, and I'm out of here. Peace.